I'm thinking of this song that says, "Forever young, I want to be forever young." I'll have to listen to that later to see what are the full lyrics of it. And apologies that I can't hold a harmony or pitch for my life. So, and that's a little bit of a thing we just have to accept because spirit uses songs a lot. Music comes through a lot for me and for all the people that I work with in the messages that are communicated to people. It's a beautiful thing. So we just accept that we just accept how it sounds when I sing it because I don't remember the names of artists very well or the names of the song titles. And so this is what happens. I just have to sing you the little chorus line for it for the message to come through, and we do what we have to do. So I'm hearing that song Forever Young. And I think I'll be talking a little bit about my own experiences with perfectionism and how that shows up in my parenting and my sense of self connected to motherhood really is what it's about. So I I think I'll share the story of this morning, what happened first, right? So it is end of the school year and it's my daughter's field day and she wakes up early and she climbs in my bed around 5 a.m. and normally we're getting up closer to 6:30. So 5 a.m. is like an early start for everyone. And so she's like, "Mom," and wakes me up. "Can I get in your bed?" I'm like, "Yeah, honey, just get in." So she gets in and then she does not fall back asleep. A lot of times when she does that on other nights, she'll get in and she'll fall asleep, right? But she's moving, wiggling. I'm like, okay, I can feel we're not going to fall back asleep. So I finally just get up and I say, honey, I'm going to get up because, you're moving a lot and I can tell I'm not going to be able to fall asleep. And, she's like, me either, because I'm excited because it's field day. I'm like, yes, I can feel that you're excited. Yeah. So we get up and we have an early start, and then the excitement when we're this age can look wild, right? It's a lot of energy, and it's like, how do we hold this excitement and what do we do with it, type of thing. So my sensory kind of overload, I can get pretty overstimulated when there's a lot of high energy and noise coming at me from any angle, every angle. So it was very noisy. It was very noisy with how that expression of that excitability was playing out, and it was I was just getting to the point where I was becoming a little bit overwhelmed toward the time where it's like I'm trying to finish getting ready. I've done everything for them, and it's just a lot of energy. It's just a lot of energy, and I'm highly sensitive to energy. I think that's probably clear to a lot of people at this point. So I got overwhelmed, and I have a tendency, I think, with my own history and the way my own attachment wounds or the things that have like shown up inside of my relationship with myself, the places where I can experience some sense of rigidness or control inside of how I treat myself, right? That can come up, and this is very highly connected to stress or anxiety management with perfectionist tendencies and you know ascertaining a sense of safety through these very external strategies. Yeah. That is stuff that can bubble up for me when I'm in this place. And so what happened was I felt pretty overwhelmed. There's one point where it just gets to like a peak where We're just about to get out of the door. I'm just trying to throw my hair in a bun. And I'm in the small bathroom doing that. And both my kids are, right under my wings. I'm like, I can't move. And it's been really loud all morning because we're like, yeah, let's go with the excitement energy here. So I say, okay, I need a minute. Can you both please get out of the bathroom? I just need a tiny bit of space by myself for a second to get ready so that we can be on time for your fun day, right? And they're not really listening to this because of the excitement energy. So I'm getting more overwhelmed. And then I say, all right, I'm overwhelmed. I need a minute. I'm going to excuse myself. I go into my other bathroom and I'm telling them out loud the whole time while I'm doing this what's happening. I'm getting overwhelmed here. It's a lot of noise. I'm glad you're excited. My system's feeling overwhelmed with it. I need some space to myself for 1 minute so I can get my hair done because I don't want to make us late. Okay, so I'm going to shut this door. I'll be out in 1 minute. If you come in here while I'm trying to do this, when I ask you not to, it's going to make us late today. Okay, so I do this, I shut the door, and we're good. It's okay. I throw my hair up very quickly. I can hear my daughter on the other side of the door, like she is wanting to follow me right in there. She really wants to defy that boundary and open that door and come in with me, but she's not. So she's, like making a what's the word I want to say? Making some noise that's to make it clear that she's discontent with the boundary I've just set, etc. She wants to be like right under my wing, but she's still listening to it. So that's fine. That's fine. She can make that little noise that shows that she's, struggling to follow the boundary, but she is doing it. And I'm getting what I need, that I'm providing for myself so that I can take care of myself and my kids and be who I want to be to them, right? So everything is fine. It's just a lot of energy. We get in the car, we're on time. I go to, through the like drop off line, and she's reaching for her bag that's in the front seat before, like sooner than she normally does, because she's so excited. And just, at this age, it's just age appropriate and developmentally appropriate when we have this amount of excitement that we're already on a normal day learning about, body awareness and other people and all of this. So just add the excitement in. So she goes for it way sooner. She bumps into my arm. My coffee spills on my shirt. This is already after the morning feeling this way. I'm just like, okay. uh, you know, bringing that lighthearted energy to it, it is a little laughable at this point. So I'm like, all right then. And she looks and she notices what happens, and she's like, I'm sorry, Mom, and wraps her hands around, or her arms around my shoulders. I'm like, I know you are. I know you are. You know, it's all right. You're very excited. I want you to have a great day at field day. It's going to be a good day. Have a good day. And she's bounding out of the car with that energy and excited to go. And she's going to have a beautiful day. So what happens for me is afterward, I'm in the car with myself, and my overwhelmed energy is still kind of bubbling up like that. And I can hear my own internal dialogue of the way that I am with myself. And like, ooh, here's some wounded energy of a little bit of like this critical voice in here and this perfectionism, because I'm like displeased with myself. I'm not displeased with anybody else as much as I am with myself in this moment after this morning. That energy is turning into this place where I'm creating a rift of this separation internally, the separation of self. And what it sounds like is, you didn't do a good job with that. You need to do better next time. Why did you get overwhelmed? You need to not get overwhelmed like that. You might have ruined the whole day for your children. Like this ridiculous stuff that is not true. It's not true. It's not true. But it felt true in the moment. Like when I'm driving like that, it feels real and the energy is there. And it's like very much that. And here's where I hear the song like forever young. I want to be forever young. Because like when you're young, it's just you're so you move from that to the next. You don't have the as much of the gaps in between your relationship between yourself that is energetic fragmentation representing the attachment wound. When I say this fragmentation, this gap between you and you, this yeah, this gap inside of your relationship to yourself. This is my energetic, visual kind of representation of an internalized attachment wound that shows up. When we don't have that when we're a kid, forever young, and we're still very much in the moment and we haven't, and we still have this like wholeness and we're just moving through things, you know, we're not thinking about anything from this morning. We're at field day, woo, you know, and it's delusional. My thought of like, oh no, did I set her off for like a difficult morning by me being so overly harsh and having this perfectionism of like, I should expect myself to never feel overstimulated when we have an energy of a lot of loud excitability that is just age appropriate. It's also like appropriate for me to be a human that can be sometimes sensory sensitive and overstimulated by childhood noises, right? And it doesn't need to be this thing that stays with me and then my energy feels not inside of its natural set point of like wholeness and high vibe energy for longer than it needs to. But I sat with it long enough, I observed it, and then I started to feel the shift of perspective from spirit helping me to be able to widen the lens, pull out the perspective, and see where the perfectionism was creating some sabotaging and unkind energy in this dynamic, right? And so the perspective I was getting from that pullback energy was if I saw my daughter when she is getting overwhelmed, overstimulated, and frustrated with another child, her brother, right? For example, if I saw her handle that entire potential future scenario where he's got wild energies being loud, she's feeling like it's overstimulating. If I saw her handle that by modeling exactly what she just saw from my interaction this morning with her, yeah, I would be proud. I would be blown away. I would be like, amazing skill set. Look at the way that she stayed self-attuned. She honored herself. She kind of sportscasted it. She said what was going on, keeping the people she loves in the loop. She created the space for herself. She took ownership over her own energy. She regulated in a way that allowed her to stay in her authenticity and to just manage her responsibility for her own emotions and her own behaviors in a way that is still respectful, communicative, keeping people in the loop of what's happening for her without projecting, trying to control, diminishing, being reactive, right? If I saw her model exactly what I just did for myself and for my children this morning, man, I'd be so proud. We'd be given like 100 of those caught you doing good behavior coins. Just rain them down, just showering down on her, right? And this flipped my energy, and I was like, oh, all right, that makes sense, right? This is sturdy leadership and parenting. It is not about perfectionism. That is absolutely an impossible thing to achieve, but we can see here the places that have the most, I think, potential to trigger some of my survival wounds or internal attachment wounds are going to be the relationships that are closest to me, that are the most important to me, where, this matters to me. This matters to me. If there's one relationship in my life where if I could choose to show up just perfectly, like obviously that's like an illusion, and it doesn't even make sense, the idea of being perfect as a human, but in terms of the intentionality and the love, of course, of course, I want what is best for my kids. I want, that's it. That's it. That's like the love energy there is, it's where it's at. And because of that, here's where I have a divine mirror that reflects to me any unhealed spaces, any rifts inside of myself. And I sit in stillness long enough with that to be able to continue to learn, to grow, to let that rain help with the rise, because I deserve it. My kids deserve it. We all deserve it. We all deserve it. And I think this is the tender place of the healing, the growing, the learning that is not one sided when it comes to parents and children.